welcome to episode 5 of season 5 of Self-Care for Educators. I am your host, Tina Bogren. Here's this week's invitation. I want you to create a brand new playlist to welcome in fall. I have one of my best friends creates playlists that she just titles like fall and the year. So fall of 2024, winter of 2024. And I have always admired this about her, and I love this idea so much. So I'm a big fan of, well, first of all, let me back up and say I'm a huge fan of music, as many of you know, and many of you are as well. And I love to create playlists. I know we've talked about this before. I happen to use Spotify, and it's super easy to create playlists. I have tons and tons and tons of different playlists, a workout playlist, a relaxing playlist, pump me up before a workshop or presentation playlist, a playlist that I use specifically at workshops. So big fan of the playlist. And I'm a big fan of creating new playlists when I'm in the mood for it. I think this brings back days of like creating blank tapes, mixtapes. Some of you will get that reference. And so I love the idea of creating a playlist for fall. Fall is my favorite season, and when this comes out, we will be kind of in the heart of fall, hopefully, where the leaves are starting to turn. This all depends on where you live. I realize it's starting to get a little bit cooler. We already know Starbucks has the fall drinks out. We might be a little chilly in the morning on the way to school, and then it gets warmer and then chillier. There's just something cozy about this season. It is my absolute favorite season. I love when I can wear like just a sweater, but not a big heavy coat, where I can wear jeans, but I can still have my flip-flops on. Like, I love that combination. I love burning my fall candles. I love anything pumpkin. I know this is controversial. Some of you will agree with me and some of you not. I am in favor of all things pumpkin, all things fall. And so I just opened up my Spotify app, and you can do this on whatever app you use. And I just titled a new playlist, Fall 2024, and I'm just going to start adding songs that feel cozy to me. So there's a slowness to me that I equate with fall. So like acoustic music, coffee house shop music, that kind of stuff. And I'm going to create specifically a new playlist. And there's something that feels, I don't know, fresh and exciting, because I use my playlists all the time. I use them on walks and on drives and when I'm getting ready in the morning. And I just really like to listen to music. I had my headphones on at the airport and I have music, which, by the way, I know I've said this before, but it is so true. If you put headphones on and put some music on when you're at an airport or anywhere, a grocery store, a Walmart, anywhere, you feel like you're in a movie, and there's something that feels so fun about that. So I'm going to start creating my soundtrack for my fall movie, and I envision being able to listen to these songs as I'm moving through the airport, as I'm moving throughout the world, and I'm picturing myself listening, and I'm holding my pumpkin flavored coffee, and I've got my sweater on, but I still have my toes out because it's not that cold yet. I'm not talking about winter yet. I'm talking about fall, and just sinking into the season. I know a ton of people love Halloween, and so maybe you incorporate some Halloween stuff into this. I don't know. Is there Halloween type music or music that you equate with movies? I don't know. My brain goes straight to like horror movies. That might not be very calming. Maybe more of the Hallmark Channel variety. Picturing fall in Vermont, or fall up in the mountains with the aspens, or in the Midwest with all those gorgeous colors. Think about what music appeals to you as you think about this season, or maybe it's not even specifically like about the season and the changing colors. It's just this time of the year. I think there's a beauty here. We're not totally in the craziness yet of the holidays. That we'll talk about that, and that brings its own magic and stress together. But we're not quite there yet. We've kind of hopefully found a little bit of a rhythm to the start of the school year. We feel a little bit more grounded. Now, don't get me wrong. I recognize that we can start, perhaps we're facing that survival stage and moving into that disillusionment phase. We can be all over the board here. But music can be a great antidote to that too. I know when I start to get in that survival/disillusionment, those phases, oh, my anxiety rages and I just kind of get that overwhelmed stress feeling, and music is such a great antidote to that. So this serves a bunch of different kind of purposes here that can be really helpful. Maybe you create a playlist with your class or with your family, or you share a playlist with friends. I love on Spotify, you can create playlists and you can have collaborators. So maybe you get a group together and you all kind of add your favorite songs to it, songs that remind you of fall, or songs that remind you of October, or songs that remind you of this part of the school year, songs that get you going in the morning, songs that relax you. I mean, a gazillion ways to play with this, but that's what I'm going to invite you to think about this week, getting your fall playlist up and running and using it and perhaps sharing it. I wish I could hear all of your playlists. I love thinking about how music really represents a person so well in such interesting ways. And I love thinking about all of you and what songs you might have on your playlist. Feel me cheering so hard for you this week, as always. Also, as always, we're so grateful for you, Adrienne. Thank you for making this podcast happen, quite literally. Thank you to Marzano Resources and Solution Tree for this incredible job I get to do. And as always, to you, my badass self-care squad. Make it a great week. Put those headphones in or turn the speakers up. Sink into the music. Let music make you happy and take you to your happy place this week. Make it a great one.